Hi everyone, this is Kayvon, and I recognize that the background noise may be kind of bad right now because I'm near a road and there's lots of cars driving by, but I'm waiting outside a clinic while my boyfriend has a medical appointment, and I thought now would be a good time to record as there don't seem to be a lot of people around. So this is going to be my best attempt at a kind of comprehensive update. I am rather triggered right now being outside where I am, but I'm going to do my best. The main reason that I have not posted a video in the last week or so is because I've been going through an intensive integration in which parts of Damien's subsystem came in contact with mine and started healing from very intensive feelings of agoraphobia. That's something we've talked about on this channel a little bit in an alter by the name of Tracy. That alter's since integrated, but I remember them saying some things about our ongoing struggles with that. And for those who don't know, agoraphobia, I think it's literally defined as fear of open spaces. And it's more, though, considered to be, I think, fear of embarrassment, of social humiliation. And it can result in people spending tremendous amounts of time hiding inside in a place they consider safe, if they have one, and or only being able to socialize with a safe person. For us, our safe person is our partner, and our place is our apartment. And while that has not felt safe for us, we spent the last week spending as much time there as we could, trying to feel as safe as possible while working with these parts because they are just terribly afraid of being outside. In order to continue making videos, though, we've had to do some really rapid integration and trauma processing with them. A lot of it we have done in our sleep, and it seems like whatever parts have been doing to combat whatever was happening to us in our sleep around like artificial dreams and like technological programming, it seems like that's been working, and we have been able to actually do a lot of deprogramming work during the night. Last night, in preparation for making this video today, we did a tremendous amount of deprog work in our sleep, and that's resulted in us being able to be outside now where we are and make this video. So I'm not going to actually say any more, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this alter come out and introduce himself. And I'm saying himself, pronouncing him in the male, because his host personality is male, but he himself is a subsystem of multi-gendered parts, so I think I should probably actually be saying they, and so from now on, that's what I'm going to say. So they're going to come out and talk, and you guys will get a better idea of what we've been working with. Hi, my name is Patrick, and I have not come out before, done a video like this. I know that an alter by the name of Patrick came out and did a healthy coping challenge update. Hold on, someone's coming, so I'm going to wait. So I know that a part of my subsystem came out and did a healthy coping challenge update. Someone else by the name of Patrick. I identify him as part of my subsystem because really all Patricks inside are connected, it seems. But he's not me. I've never spoken before on this channel. So I guess some things to know about me. I'm very nervous and uncomfortable around people. I really don't know what to do. I'm near freaking out right now. So actually, I'm going to go. I think that the place we're in just doesn't feel safe enough. But I'm 14 years old. The part that just came out before me said, I'm in a subsystem of multiple parts, some of which are female. I'm not really connected to them too much, but they are there, and I'm learning to communicate more with my subsystem and get more in touch with myself as I work with Katie and other parts of the system to heal. Okay, I'm Katie. I think everyone feels really nervous right now, so I'm just going to come out and I'm going to talk because I'm kind of the calmest part of the system. So, what are some things I want to say? Nothing like what happened in our last video, what we talked about in our last video has happened since then. We have not been hit with any energy weapons like that. We have experienced some of that still, but nothing that bad has occurred since then. That's the only time anything like that has happened, and so we are thankful to say that that has not happened since. Like I said, that is still going on to a degree, and right now some of the main things that we're focusing on is preparing ourselves for our travels. I have not spoken of this much on this channel. I've spoken of my intentions to do this before in certain parts. I think a part of my subsystem came out in a video a few months ago and talked about this in one of the first videos we did outside before this last time around when we started really recording outside. We have plans to travel homeless with our partner as soon as our partner finishes going through a medical treatment. Like I said, I'm waiting outside a clinic for him while he has an appointment. And I haven't spoken of this in a video before. I've spoken of it in comments. But my partner has a medical issue for which he is undergoing a treatment. And part of why, the only reason why we have not relocated from the area we're in and have not started traveling already is that he is going through this treatment, and to leave where we are would greatly set it back. He only has a few months left of it, and if we can just wait it out, then he'll be done, and then we can leave. And I want to be clear that we have deeply considered relocating anyway, but the conclusion that we've come to, my partner and I, is that if we do so, we will just continue to be targeted wherever we go. And slowing down that process and then enduring more targeting for longer in a new place, you know, especially after the trauma of moving, which is very hard on both of us, we don't think that it makes logical sense. And so, like I said, we're just waiting it out. He has a few months left, and then hopefully by this upcoming summer or fall, we will be able to set out on the road. And so, like I said, I'm doing a lot to prepare for that. A lot of it has to do with integration and deprogramming. One of the big challenges that I face around it was programming around running away. That was put in place to keep me from doing it as a child. And while I defied that programming for brief periods of time, a number of times as a child, and attempted to run, I never got far. And I now have all kinds of blocks around various aspects of traveling homeless. And I've been spending the last couple of years since my partner and I first decided we were going to do this, deprogramming myself, and it's still an ongoing process around all that stuff. Another thing I'm doing is just travel planning in general. I don't want to plan everything out. That would be completely impossible in this length of time and unnecessary. But I am taking some real time to think about what it is that I really want to see, what it is that I care about, and I'm spending a lot of time on a particular roadside attraction site that has a lot of interesting kind of oddities and curiosities that you can see. Sorry for the sound of the horn. That you can see in various rural parts of the country, not just in cities. because I feel like while there's big things that I want to do in cities, so much of our time we're going to be out kind of in the middle of nowhere. And to avoid getting bored and to stay interested, I think it's important that I have an idea of the kinds of things that we can do while we are in such areas. And I'd like to also say that another big thing I have to work on is deprogramming and integrating and then rebuilding functions performed by delta systems. This is a huge thing for us around being homeless, is having the ability to physically defend ourselves. We were trained in Delta in martial arts, and when triggered, we used to be capable of defending ourselves on a level that deprogramming has made it difficult now. And that doesn't mean that we can't defend ourselves. It just means that we have to do a tremendous amount of rapid deprogramming and then reintegration around these delta systems so that we regain our abilities to defend ourselves, but where it's under our conscious control. Because what we don't want is to remain useful in any kind of way to our handlers around that stuff, but instead we want to have the ability to use martial arts, just not in any kind of programmed way. We're not somebody who wants to keep our delta programming, but we do want to keep our knowledge of martial arts, and it actually requires us to really rebuild our muscles, really rewire our neural connections around all this stuff, and it requires tremendous shifts in our neurophysiology to be able to go from delta programmed to deprogrammed and capable of self-defense. I hope that made sense. There's some people around and I got nervous, but yeah, that's a huge thing, and it's something that we feared would be like an actual real block for us and prevent us from traveling, but we spent the last 2 years just deeply focusing on that. I guess it's a year and a half or so, just deeply focusing on that, and we have made tremendous amounts of progress. We had a huge breakthrough just a couple days ago, and really a lot of that stuff, the delta skills are held in Damien's subsystems, so bringing out parts like Patrick really helps tremendously. Patrick himself was not a delta, but really any progress we can make in that part of our system will help us in that way.